Welcome back everyone to some more Digi-Sunday Kenshi Part 2. Yeah, a lot has happened actually. Oh look, there's a fight over there. Good times. Yeah, a lot's happened. According to Steam, I've sunk a good 12 hours into this game so far. Not including my initial run of it. It'll probably be about 11 hours or so of gameplay. And I've gotten this far, which I'll update you on pretty quickly. Bearing in mind I'm a very slow, methodical player, so I do things very slowly and methodically. You could easily rush to this kind of level exceedingly fast. I've just been sort of mucking around, having fun with it. So as you remember, we started off with just Lord Pai and Fu. Don't think you've met Fuji yet. She was actually called Fu, but when you recruit a character you get the options of pretty much making your own character, and her name was Fu, so I just named her Fuji. So let's talk about our base. This is our little base which was set up. It is... messages, go away. So it's on the map, it's called Piesville. I haven't really named it properly yet. It's right next to this town here called Brink, which is... I don't know if that's an optimal setup or not, but it's pretty easy for me to like run to them, get supplies, and come back again if I need to. All this takes building materials which you have to build yourself. So everything here I built from scratch with building materials. So you can actually pretty much set this, well, make your own town really. As soon as you put down one building, you've got your own little town. Unfortunately, things like bandits and whatnot will... Oh, hungry bandits. Who did they kill? Really? They beat up... The hungry bandits beat up the dust bandits. That's some scary stuff right there. They shouldn't do that. But yeah, as soon as you set up a town, all these bandits and whatnot, they will notice it and they'll come outside and be like yelling at us and trying to get us to give them protection money. If not, then they'll eventually try to attack and kill us. But that's just when I had one little hut, so I just pretty much sent all my people up there, doing that tactic of get the town guard up there to kill them, and you sort of join. You do want to join the fray so you can train your people up. Whew, there's actually quite a lot to talk about that I've done. Whew, I'm just trying to remember everything. So I built some storage chests to store some stuff like armor and whatnot. The armor at the moment is a bit simple. I'm hoping they will add more in, so you only get like not much of a selection at the moment, but it's still really good though. I'm thoroughly enjoying this game. So I've recruited more squad members, of course. These guys here, Pajmao, I'm training her to be a bit of a heavy class person, so I want to get her strength up. At the moment she has strength of 7, and her encumbrance is 69, so you pretty much just overload them and make them do laps up and down, and that'll train their strength up. You can even make them carry people. I think Gecko's carrying someone. He's carrying someone, but you can't see it. It's pretty hilarious. You just carry like unconscious corpses or whatever up and down. I want to go raid those dudes soon. So you got that. I built my first shack. This is my first shack. You got a research bench to research technology. That's what I'm researching right now. Upgraded generators to power my mine over here. So I've only got one Khalid just going running back and forth, the poor guy. So I've got my mine here, which gives you stones, which then processes to building materials, which then you can use to build stuff. Got my generator, which supplies the power. I think I have... no, I don't have defense at the moment. I think I'm researching it. Oh, here we go. I want to get some crossbows, but I need my... that's right, the research bench. So I'm making a new house with which to put my research bench in, level 2, so I can get more research happening and crossbows, blah blah blah. Oh, what else do we have going here? So as I said, this is a game of where you're not the biggest, baddest person off the bat. You have to train hard and long, and be very tactful about how you train your person and engage fights and such. So I guess we'll talk about my squad down here. So we got Lord Pai, Amarod, Molly, Fu, and Fuji. You remember Fu? I've trained her. I'm trying to train her up to be a bit of a brawler. So she's got 20 strength, a fair bit of toughness. Training her up with the sabers and such. Lord Pai, he's a bit of a medium armor person with katana. Fuji, I think, is my favorite. She is kick-ass. I'm training up to be a ninja, pretty much. So she's got training her up in dex and toughness. You get toughness by getting smacked a lot by people without armor on. Dexterity, you just use light-handed weapons. And she has got pretty good attack skills, so if she fights someone one-on-one, she'll generally win. Like, just before my game crashed, because I had a big brawl with some dust bandits around here somewhere, and she took on their boss and just totally smashed him, which I think was pretty hilarious. So what have we got down here? I think those are the dust bandits? Oh, the caravan guards. That'll be useful to use. Dust bandits all the way down there. So I'm just trying to train some of these new recruits up. Like Armorod, I'm just training him up to be, I guess, medium armor, katana. Pajmal's back at base. She needs to get a bit more weight on her. Also, another thing you can train people up in, like Fuji for example, when she starts running, is you make, if they're lightweight and they're weightless, you just tell them to sprint everywhere, and that'll train up their athletics, which is here. So she's got 55 athletics. She can run at a speed of 84, so she is damn fast, which makes it's very useful to get around the map pretty quickly. So what else do we have? Oh, let's go back to the base. So you got your designated engineers. So Carlard is a engineer / labourer. I've also trained him up into science for research and stuff, but I've got Fish doing that now. He's good. He's pretty good. He's also came as an engineer / labour person. So when you hire some people, they have predisposed skills. Like Molly had a predisposed skill towards being a melee fighter. Khalad was an engineer. Fish was an engineer / labourer. Gecko was a nobody. Pajmal's a nobody. Amarad's a nobody. They had like no skills in anything, so just train them up. I think Fuji was a nobody as well, but she's become pretty awesome. She's like my favourite now. I'm like a doting father on her. So yeah, Khalad, he's my labourer / builder. You can build a whole bunch of things, houses, shacks, weaponsmith to make weapons with. I haven't bothered with that yet because I need to get this house up. I think there's some supplies in here. No, not that one, dude. This one. No. Righto. I think I'll probably send someone up there before to gather supplies. Nah. We can wait. So that's pretty much what's been happening. I've been very methodical about it. As I said, I don't know if having Parsville right next to a town is the optimal choice, but I don't see any disadvantage to it, because it just means that it's so much closer to supplies, and also when I didn't have walls around my place, it makes it so much easier to just kind of lure the bandits towards the city guard to get them killed. Ooh, another thing I forgot. So I got my backpack, which can hold extra stuff. So I got Fu. She would have this stuff on her person in a fight or something like that. But if you wanted them to move out and be quick, it's best to not have the stuff on, because if you can see, there's a thing there called athletics effect and combat effect speed and all that, and athletics is times 0.77, so that's detrimental to her run speed. So the way to circumvent that is you just pretty much take it off her, so she's not wearing armor at the moment, and then she runs pretty fast. Like right now her run speed is 80. If I chuck this on, it goes down to 64. And at the moment there's no lag time between equipping these items and taking them off, so it's pretty much instantaneous, which is good if you get into a brawl like very suddenly. You just have to be very careful, because I made the mistake of forgetting that Fu had her backpack on, which also, it's not good to fight with a backpack on. It completely destroys your fighting skill, so you want to take that off as well when you get into a fight for maximum effectiveness. So yeah, I made the mistake of having the backpack on, not having armor on. I've set her as a taunter, so she pretty much tries to be the one who lures all the enemies to her, because she's my hard hitter, my tank of a character. And obviously, naturally, she got the crap beaten out of her because I was an idiot. Oh, good times. One thing I do want to try. I would love it if you could sort of move the characters' faces around. Oh, the game crashed. Oh, no, it all saved. Hey! That's another thing I need to look into is, if you play this game for a certain amount of time, it will eventually crash, and I haven't figured out how to fix it yet. But I haven't really looked into it too well, because you just play for a couple of hours, it crashes. No big deal, just reload your last save. You want to save pretty quickly in this game. So what I generally like to do is have one person who carries a backpack on them, and they'll be like the heavy lugger for all these wonderful items and such. So, ooh, samurai boots. It's worth a fair bit. So if I look at my faction, I've got $25,000 at the moment. Or was it credits? Who knows? And we're doing pretty well, actually. One thing you can do with dust bandits, if you find the boss, sometimes they have bounties on them, so you bring them back to the captain in a town somewhere. Are those bandits or something? And then the captain will be like, oh, this guy's got a bounty on him, I'll take him off your hands for the bounty fee. And that's pretty cool. But it's a bit glitchy at the moment, so sometimes he takes them, sometimes he holds on to them, sometimes you don't give it to him. It's a bit of hit and miss, really. All those dust bandits. I want to take on some hungry bandits because they're easier to kill than dust bandits. But I think that's all I need to say at the moment. That's a good 12 minutes worth of gameplay actually and updates. So, ooh, there might be a part 3 coming then. I'll try and make it a bit more sort of showing you progression, because I sort of got just lost in the gameplay and was like, this is amazing, and didn't really bother updating the process of my town. But I'm hoping that just the little brief 12-minute talk about it and everything has helped. So until then, guys, I've got a pie in the oven which has my name on it, and it's going to burn pretty shortly. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.